Hello, this is Colleen from the Crafty Basement. How are you doing, friends? We are going to make the second card in my October Stamp of the Month Club. I used a different color venue. I've got the Old Olive and the Berry Burst, which is an in color. I'm into the in colors. I also use the ribbon, the in color ribbon. It is the finely woven ribbon in the Berry Burst as well, just to add a pop of color. So let's get this party started. I started with a base of Old Olive, and that's 8.5 by 5.5. Most of your cards are going to be this side, and I say most of them. And you have them in half, and you can either open them this way or you can open them this way. So, and I believe this card is opened up like a book, like a regular book. The other things that you'll need is the Designer Series paper, and this is cut at 5.25 by 4. That is a standard size to layer with. Okay. Then as my middle panel, I have this that is 4.25 this way by 3. This one is just slightly smaller, so it's going to be 4 by 2 3/4. Okay. We are going to start off with stamping our flowers. This set, which is the So Eclectic set, which is here, it does come with framelits that will cut out the various pieces in little pieces, but I chose to hand cut this so that I could advertise this Stamp of the Month Club without the framelits. But if you wanted to order those, that is not a problem at all. It'd probably make it easier than cutting these out by freehand. So basically what you do with this flower, it's two-step stamping, meaning that it takes 2 steps to complete the picture itself. We've got the Berry Burst. I'm going to open that up and I'm going to stamp it on here. We're going to start with the image right here, which is the big flower stamp, and I'm going to ink up my stamp. And I'm going to stamp it once and then stamp it again 2 times. I'm going to put that aside. Then I have the outline of that same, well, the same flower at the time. If you see, it's kind of whitish on the inside of it and darker on the outside, so that if you were to use this image on its own without cutting it out, you would get, well, you'll see. I'll line this up. Ooh, that came out bad. Try it a little bit better this time. Oh, that one came out more perfect. Huh? So if you see this, I accidentally was a little bit too low, but on here it was almost exact. And it's not going to matter for this time. I did the same thing with the bud type of the flower. I started and I inked up. I put it on the edge, peeled it off, put the outline type stamp, and lined it up the best I could so that you do have color variation going on in there. Way cool. And then what I also then did is I put away my Berry Burst so I didn't get it on my elbows or and I took the Old Olive and I put my leaf stamp and I then stamped. The leaf stamp also has a color filler or something that you can use for the color, but in this case I chose not to, just so we could see the hatch marks more vibrantly. So with the beauty of doing videos, I've cut these out for you so you didn't have to sit there and watch me cut them out. So I have the 2 flowers, and then I also cut out 2 of the leaves. You could do 3. 3 is usually the number of the artists. They like using odd numbers instead of even numbers, but I chose not to do that as well. So I'm going to get out my 2 3/4 by think it was 4. And I'm going to put my flowers onto here first. But you know, before I do that, I did use the Happy Birthday Gorgeous from the Beautiful You set, but I cut the Gorgeous off of there just so I could use the Happy Birthday sentiment. I did save the Gorgeous in case I wanted to send that, probably to my Aunt Seglinda. Hi, Aunt Seglinda, if you're out there. I'm going to take my Happy Birthday and I'm going to tap it in the Old Olive, and I'm going to stamp it off to the side here. That's just going to give me a kind of a guide of where I'm going to be putting my flowers. I'm going to use our double-sided glue, and I'm going to adhere that onto my card. Then I'm going to use my dimensional, just one of them, take off the back, and I'm going to adhere that. Oh, that looks good. And then again with the dimensional, I really like them, so I'm going to use the bud. I call that a bud because it's not a full flower. Okay, and I'm going to nestle that back in here. Then to add some beauty, I'm going to put a little bit of glue. In fact, this glue works better than the tape. I'm going to, oh, that's not going, so I'm going to take its stem off so it'll go underneath here. Have it kind of going off the card. There we go. I'm going to take my second leaf, and if you had a third leaf you could probably come up there, but I don't. You might even just stamp it onto the card as well. You can think of that one. Okay, but I want this one to nestle in like that. Okay, now I'm ready for my ribbon. So you might think I did a great job on this bow. I'm going to show you the cheater's way to do this as well. So I took my ribbon and I cut it about 2 inches longer than what I needed it. Okay, then what I did is I turned it over and I put, and here's where the tape would be better, but I don't have any. Put a little bit of glue here and a little bit of glue here. And get out our little leaves here so that it overlaps the ribbon. Here we go. Okay, put that on a little bit straighter there. Then what I did was I left the ribbon on the spool and I did a kindergarten bow, which is basically leaving a tail about 1.5 inches, 2 inches, making a loop, making another loop, crossing the loops, taking this top loop, and you see the hole right there, taking this top loop, putting it inside, and then just pull tight. Now what's nice about not having cut it is that you can then just pull your strings down, and it's not a string, it's a ribbon end. Pull tight again on our loops. Pull it a little bit more, and voila, we have a beautiful bow that we can just attach. Oops, my loop here is a little too big. There we go. That we can attach right here with a glue dot, of which this is not. We're going to take that and we're going to put it right here so that it's not hiding the happy birthday. There we go. Okay, now I have my ribbon attached to the card. I am going to use my snail and I'm going to put it onto my backing. Okay, once I have done that, I'm going to take some dimensionals, put one in each corner, peel off the backing, and as you see, that was a great way to tie a bow. One of the easier ways. Make the 2 loops, just like a kindergartner, how you first taught your kids, if you did, or if you're a teacher, how you teach your kids how to do it. Okay, now to put it onto my card front, I like to probably space it the same in between what's jutting out here rather than just putting this whole thing here. Just kind of gives it an offset look. Kind of with the dimensionals. There we go. And here's the card. Kind of cute. I like it a lot. Okay, thanks for joining me today. Hope you have a great afternoon.